earth with a wide smile. Prime Minister congratulates Group Captain Shubhangshu Shukla, says he has inspired a billion dreams. A British Royal Navy F-35B Lightning II fighter jet that made an emergency landing in Kerala in June after suffering a hydraulic failure has been parked at the Thiruvananthapuram International Airport for almost a month now. On 6th of July, 3 weeks after the aircraft made an emergency landing, the fighter jet was towed to a hangar to fix engineering issues and hydraulic snag. The British crew has been trying to get on the bonnet of the aircraft and fix it. However, it appears unlikely that the fighter jet will be able to fly back on its own. Before I take you to the full details of the story, the mystery behind this Royal Navy aircraft, the very fact that it was part of an exercise and the exercise had already completed. Even after that, it had taken off from the aircraft. The aircraft had taken off from the fighter planes. And the fact of the matter is this, that for the longest time, there was no clarity as to why at all did it actually get off the aircraft carrier, even after the exercise was completed. And it turns out that the British did not really want any sort of an assistance coming in from India because as per the charter. But the question still remains that if the exercise was over, why did this fighter jet really take off from the aircraft carrier? Number one. Number two, what really is taking so much of time? Over a month, this particular fighter jet has been stranded. For the longest time, it was out in the open. Finally, after much request, Britishers have now accepted the request and have moved the aircraft inside a hangar, where you have had their engineering department taking a look at what's really gone wrong. Tonight on This Is Exclusive, we tell you what's really gone wrong. But before that, take a look at this full report.
The British Royal Navy F-35 Lightning fighter jet that made an emergency landing in Kerala in June after suffering a hydraulic failure has been parked at the Thiruvananthapuram International Airport for a month now. On 6th July, 3 weeks after the aircraft made an emergency landing, the fighter jet was towed to a hangar to fix engineering issues and hydraulic snag.
The F-35B fighter jet that was grounded in the Thiruvananthapuram International Civil Airport on June 14th continues to be in the airport. It has been understood that there is a problem with the hydraulic system of this particular flight, because of which it has been grounded. It had made an emergency landing on June 14th, Saturday night at the Thiruvananthapuram International Airport, and in fact all support was given by the Indian government. However, many days there has been a fiasco that the fighter pilot in fact refused to move away from this flight and refused the Indian authorities request to move it to a hangar as well.
The British crew has been trying to get on the bonnet of the aircraft and fix it. However, it appears unlikely that the fighter jet will be able to fly back on its own. Since India does not operate F-35, special equipment had been flown in to move the aircraft into a hangar. However, it appears that the plane might not be able to fly back on its own power. The crew might have to dismantle and bundle the fighter jet into a larger aircraft. British technicians have been considering taking the F-35B home in a C-17 Globemaster military transport aircraft. The pilot, facing low fuel levels and adverse weather conditions, opted for an emergency landing at Kerala over a month ago. But this jet that cannot fly seems to now have been grounded in India.
Well, in fact, we have got an exclusive picture of the F-35, which has been stranded inside the hangar. For the first time, a sneak peek into what's really happening inside the hangar. The mystery behind it, the first picture that has now been accessed by Republic TV on your screens. These are the latest images. Can we also remove the date key right now? Because that's the latest image of the aircraft inside the hangar. This is the latest image that has been accessed. Can we also make the certain changes on our grid right now with regards to the fact that this is the latest image of the aircraft carrier? This is the Royal Air Force which had landed there, and this on your screens is the first picture of the F-35 inside the hangar that we have now accessed. Let me also go across to Ashwin, my colleague who's joining us from the Thiruvananthapuram Airport right now. Ashwin, latest pictures of the F-35 inside the hangar. I want to ask you, what's really happening? Because it seems that there is a complete meme fest which is going on currently in Kerala, because no one has a clear answer as to whether at all it will be packed up, taken inside the Globemaster and taken back to United Kingdom? Or are they really hoping that it will be able to be in the fit condition to join the aircraft carrier?
Well, Shavan, when the Atlas 400 landed, it came with a crew of 31 members. It had brought in the Lockheed Martin engineers along with it, and also brought some of the sophisticated equipments for repair of this particular aircraft, after which it was moved to a hangar. Now, this has been more than 8 or 9 days since it has been moved to the hangar. We were told by our sources when this entire operations commenced that before July 15th, this will take off on its own. But even today, our sources have confirmed that it is still being delayed. They are saying that there is certainly some kind of a major problem, and the engineers over here are not able to exactly figure out what the problem exactly is. That comes at a time when such a sophisticated aircraft, a fifth-generation fighter aircraft, with the most modern technology is not being able to repair by itself, is becoming a problem for the matter of concern and embarrassment for the UK as well. So even today, we are trying to confirm. They are saying it is not going to be taking off anytime soon. In fact, when we try to get some information into what's the window of possibility, they are saying it is likely to be again, I repeat, likely to move next week only. This is only Tuesday, Shavan, and next week means another 7 to 8 days more. So certainly there is a big issue at hand for the UK to ensure this particular flight has to take off. And it is a matter of pride also, because taking it off in a aircraft carrier, in a jumbo jet, would be embarrassing, because this is a very advanced fighter jet. It has not been able to be repaired, and certainly the authorities are extremely tight-lipped. We are yet to get any information whether this will go to take off on its own in the next few days. It is very unlikely. They have stated that it is only going to take off next week, and that is certainly a cause and an embarrassment for UK. Shavan.
Ashwin, I'll request you to stay on with us because what we are going to do right now is reflect upon the audit report. In fact, this particular F-35, which has been stranded in India since 14th of June after an emergency landing, exposes crippling flaws in UK's £71 billion F-35 program. In fact, the National Audit Office's July 11th report reveals that only 1 in the 3 jets is mission ready. Now, that's far below the RF's targets. Spare parts shortages, lack of engineers, 58% of the supervisory posts unfilled have left the stranded jet unrepaired. This costly humiliation in India with reported hangar fees has indicated deep systemic failures. I'm going to take you through the 11th July audit report that basically exposes the F-35 program in itself. And the reason why you would have essentially seen that the Britishers are extremely guarded as far as this is concerned, because it has costed them a bomb. Let me now quickly take you through the details of this particular report. On your screens right now, the very delayed capability that has now been exposed as far as this 11th July audit report is concerned. This is As per the British National Audit Officer, they say the Spear 3 missile and stealth systems not ready until 2030. Let's move on. Only 1 in 3 F-35 jets are mission ready. It's far below the global target. So you're looking at a major program, the F-35, being completely stopped because of what you're essentially looking at. In fact, this is the chatter within the global community as far as F-35 is concerned. That's the low availability. Personal shortages, that's another allied problem. Severe lack of F-35 pilots and engineers. Recovery not expected before 2029. Now that's as per the British National Audit report. Then training gaps, pilots fly fewer hours than needed, RAF lacking in instructors. These are problems that have been cited by the British National Audit Office report. Now that's the training gap that you essentially see. And what's the other big problem? Soaring cost. F-35 program's lifetime cost hits about $71 billion, dwarfing original estimates. So there is a massive escalation that you're essentially looking at. I'm now going to go across to Ashwin as well as Ishan, who's both of them are joining us on this broadcast, getting us the latest details. Let me try and see if I can go across to our defense reporter, Ishan. Can we get him on air right now? Ishan, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. First, to you with regards to the audit report itself, what does it really highlight, number one? Number two, what is really wrong with the F-35, which is currently grounded in Thiruvananthapuram? I'm also going to go across to Ashwin on this point.
Hi, Shravan. I went through the report. The report clearly states that F-35 has a less than 33% availability currently. Which means that 66% of the aircraft have been grounded due to technical or operational use, and only 33% of the aircraft is available for use. Furthermore, this report also highlights the detailed view where the cost of the program has ballooned, and currently for 35 jets, UK has ended up paying around 11 billion pounds. Furthermore, the final cost of the program is now expected to be around 71 billion pounds, which is much higher than what was previously expected. Apart from this, availability of spare parts is also a very big issue. And the most important issue that is facing is the availability of hangars across the globe, which is a part of the Odin network, as was promised by the United States at time of the signing of the deal. Shravan, furthermore, it is also stated that the aircraft is facing critical shortage of engineers and critical shortage of technicians, especially at senior levels.
Ishan, for getting us the latest details. The F-35, it seemed it's still holidaying in Kerala. It's going to take some time before there is any further change in the status of the F-35, whether it flies back or, for that matter, it is going to still be there. Ladies and gentlemen, as we also get you more details, the only network getting you the first picture of the F-35, the biggest embarrassment that the Britishers essentially face right now. A year after a horrific Porsche crash in Pune claimed the lives of two young tech professionals, Anish Avadia and Ashwini Costa, the Juvenile Justice Board has ruled that the 17-year-old accused, drunk while driving 2.5 crore supercar, will not be tried as an adult. The 19th of May 2024 crash in Kalyani saw the teen son of a prominent Pune realtor granted bail within hours with lenient conditions like writing a 300-word essay prompting nationwide fury over preferential treatment. Allegation of evidence tampering, including the swapped blood samples, have led to arrests of the teen's parents and hospital staff. Yet the victim's family still await accountability. Now, this shocking miscarriage of justice, coupled with a cover-up attempt, demands a reckoning to ensure no one is above the law. The reality is this, that the government of Maharashtra, and particularly the Pune police, when they have essentially been then investigating this entire matter, has not been able to cover up several gaps in this entire investigation. In fact, joining us on this broadcast is the Special Public Prosecutor. In fact, the Special Public Prosecutor Shishir Hire is joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Hire, let's be very clear. Right from the word go, as far as this investigation is concerned, the Pune police had completely botched up. Let me begin by saying that why is it that the court never questioned as far as the blood tampering issue is concerned? The court never basically looked into allegations against the JJB. The court never looked into the blood samples that were essentially taken. Hence, many would be asking that isn't there something absolutely wrong as far as this order is concerned? The JJB is the same JJB which had basically let off this particular teen by saying that write an essay and it will all be fine.
No, Shravan, let me clarify one thing. That the Pune police as well as the entire investigating agency has acted very professionally after the happening of the first event whereby two innocents were crushed by this CCL and that particular Porsche car. Thereafter, Pune police as well as the entire investigating agency has acted fabulously in the matter. I would say that this is the first case where I came across that the investigation was done with a proper direction whereby various scientific evidences were collected. You will imagine the fact that blood sample was changed.
But Mr. Hire, I'm given to understand that the prosecutor, which would be you or your office, as well as the investigating officer, they were not present during the bail hearing for the accused.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My appointment.
You are denying it. You are saying that your team was there.
You're talking about the bail of CCL or you're talking about the bail of the other persons?
The original bail, and when the accused was present, it appears that at that point in time, the prosecutor was not present, the investigating officer was not present.
Let me clarify one thing. I was appointed somewhere in the August 2024, and thereafter on each and every hearing, myself along with my investigating team, the concerned IO, ACP, Mr. Ingle, even as well as the senior officers, all were present for opposing the bail
Mr.
of
Hire,
all adult
okay,
persons.
you have given yourself the certificate. Can I then ask you?
No, it's not a certificate. It's not a matter of certificate.
No, Mr. Hire, can I ask you, because there is public anger as far as this case is concerned, and the way the Pune police has conducted itself is questionable.
No,
it is very clear that the blood samples were tampered with. What action was really taken, barring the fact that some junior officers were basically suspended?
No, if at all you are talking about the action amongst the police machinery, then it is their superior officers are going to answer this question. But I would like to clarify that once the Pune police has realized that there is a change of the blood sample, all concerns were taken into the custody. Even you will be happy to know that the father, mother of the CCL, along with all parents, those who have changed the blood sample, with the help of the medical authorities as well as with the middlemen, all were under the behind bar. And you will be surprised in a matter of 304 or 304A, where the accident took place and the routine charges.
The bail order, Mr. Hire, the bail order has not been challenged.
No, bail order, if at all you are talking about the CCL, then that particular aspect was seized with Honorable Mumbai High Court. That person was taken into the custody, and thereafter the relatives of that particular fellow had approached Honorable Mumbai High Court, and there was certain judgments from Mumbai High Court also.
Well,
but you can appreciate the beauty that out of 10 adult accused, just Shivani Agrawal, one who is a lady on the ground, she being a lady.
It's just about 4 months. 4 months.
Yes,
you are basically not looking at pursuing the matter, because the moment he is tried as a minor, he's let off.
No, the thing is that
and a 300-word essay, is that what you are really saying? Can the government of Maharashtra really look into this entire issue? Mr. Hire, you are representing the government, you are representing the Pune police. Hence, I'm asking you this question. What message are you really sending across when you're not even challenging the bail order? Secondly, what message are you really sending across when the same JJB that we are essentially talking about, this is the same JJB that had let off this person just by writing an essay? Bribery allegations have also been leveled against the police.
Shravan, let me speak. Look, we are not governed by the emotions. We are not governed by what is the public perception. We are governed by the statutory provisions, and the provision regarding the heinous offence in that particular act itself is something on the dilute form. The heinous offence is where minimum punishment is more than 7 years.
Mr.
This is what
Hire,
the
I
wording
understand
that
from
is
your
what you-
position, you are saying that you are not driven by emotions. No one is driven by emotions. But the reality is this. We are talking about a brat, a VVIP brat, with the kind of, and 17.5 years old. And let me complete, Mr. Hire. You are saying that let's not be emotional about it. Of course, let's not be emotional about it. But the reality is this also. Can you be cognizant of the fact that we are talking about a man who had proximity with someone who is in power? Secondly, the fact that he was driving a super luxurious car. The third, that he was underage. The fourth, there was an entire system that was actually colluding. The entire system went across and ensured that this person goes scot-free. And the fact that there was tampering, there are allegations of bribery. What more? Should I continue, Mr. Hire? And then if you say that let's not be driven by emotions here.
I'm not the spokesperson of the Pune police, but I will definitely say one thing, that when I was appointed as a special PP in this particular matter, thereafter none of the person got a bail in a lower court as well as from the high court. The only person who secured the bail is Shivani Agrawal, and Shivani secured her bail from Honorable Supreme Court, whereby even Supreme Court didn't made any comment on the merit of the matter, but only she being a lady and somewhat incarceration on that particular ground she was released. But you will appreciate one fact, that it is the very same prosecuting agency along with my office had brought
the initial FIR.
Whereby,
what about the initial FIR, Mr. Hire? The 304, section 304, culpable homicide was not invoked.
Generally, FIR in a cases where accident occurred and someone lost or lose his life, the FIR is usually registered under section 304. This is what happened. Because this is the provision of the law.
Okay. Mr. Hire, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. That was the special public prosecutor in the Pune Porsche case who was brought in by the government at a later stage. But the reality is this, ladies and gentlemen, several questions still remain completely unanswered. The reality is also this, that a VVIP brat seems to have now gone completely scot-free. Thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast, Mr. Hire. Well, that's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. Coming up, trending with my colleague Rakshita.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho Befikar.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, mass-comm, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
We'll see another big smile coming out of the Dragon spacecraft in a moment.
And we've got our pilot, Shubhanshu Shukla, as our second crew member exiting the spacecraft. And some big smiles, as you said.
सब अच्छे से हो गया सब ईश्वर साथ में है ईश्वर नहीं उसको वहाँ पहुँचाया था उसी की दुआओं से उसी के सब पहुँचाया था उसी ने सब सुरक्षित लैंड कराया सब कुछ वही है
नहीं ये उसकी सफल लैंडिंग के लिए हम ईश्वर को धन्यवाद करते हैं और देशवासियों का समस्त देशवासियों का और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी और सभी गणमान्य सदस्यों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं उनको तहे दिल से जो है हम आभार प्रकट करते हैं कि उन्होंने हमारे बच्चे को आशीर्वाद दिया उनकी दुआओं से उनके आशीर्वाद से बच्चे का ये मिशन सफल हुआ और सकुशल मतलब पृथ्वी पर आ गया और यही हमारी इच्छा थी कि मतलब बच्चा सकुशल हमारा जो है जब पृथ्वी पर वापस है।
राजनाथ सिंह जी से भी बात हुई
हाँ उन्होंने बच्चे को आशीर्वाद दिया और हमें बधाई दी कि बच्चे ने कि मतलब जो है तो आपके बच्चे ने जो है कमाल कर दिया बच्चा जो है आपका जो है मिशन सफलतापूर्वक पूरा हो इसके लिए बधाई दी उन्होंने और हम जो है कि बहुत खुश हैं उसके लिए।
India reached a major milestone for the nation's space exploration.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ डूबेगा नहीं जलेगा भी नहीं कोई खा नहीं जाएगा धोखा नहीं देगा ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा सेफ रहेगा सिक्योर्ड मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम रहो बेफिक्र।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IAHM.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला स्टर करो पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
They're all important. And we are now seeing great confirmations of the Dragon spacecraft making its return back to Earth right now.
And while we are in a blackout period, this is an excellent view, seeing Dragon from the ground as it's re-entering back into Earth's atmosphere. Now, that blackout period is expected to conclude at 2.
Commander Peggy Whitson confirming the spacecraft's altitude as it's making its descent into the Pacific Ocean just off the coast of San Diego in Southern California.
Yes, love that it's coming up.
From your smartphones to your smart television, the trending story that always breaking the internet. It was a smooth and successful splashdown for Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, was all smiles after returning to Earth with his other crew members on the Axiom 4 mission. India's space hero is back on Earth, viewers, and he's soon going to be in India. We'll tell you all that you need to know about what's next for Shuk's and India's space journey, of course. Meanwhile, Musk's Tesla has launched its first showroom in India. Also, on the show, we're going to get you how it was a royal affair in London for Team India as both our men's and women's cricket team met King Charles. And if you are a samosa fan, a jalebi lover, there's news for you on trending. Finally, Trump versus Russia continues on tariffs. Putin's aide now mocks Trump's 100% tariff threat and how. All that and more on Trending tonight with me, Rakshita Mishra. In a proud moment for India, Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla and the Axiom 4 crew returned safely to Earth today after spending 18 days aboard the International Space Station. And as soon as Group Captain Shukla landed back, celebrations erupted in his hometown as well. But this is the moment of the splashdown and he exiting from the spacecraft.
And
And we've got our pilot Shubhanshu Shukla as our second crew member exiting the spacecraft. And some big smiles, as you said. India reached a major milestone for the nation's space exploration goals. AX-4 pilot Shubhanshu Shukla became the first astronaut to fly from the country's newly established astronaut corps. His participation marks a vital step forward for ISRO's Gaganyaan program, which aims to send Indian astronauts into space aboard domestically developed spacecraft. Shukla's flight demonstrates India's readiness to execute international missions and reflects the country's broader ambitions to become a key player in the global space community. As India continues to expand its capabilities in crewed spaceflight, this mission serves as both a proving ground and a symbol of its commitment to innovation, collaboration, and leadership in space exploration.
And amid chants, cheers and tricolors waving high, one image stood of his mother, Shubhanshu Shukla's mother, overcoming with emotion, seen with tears of joy. And you can see those visuals. Her son's safe return was not just a personal moment, it was a national triumph.
क्या कहेंगे सावन का पवित्र महीना में इतनी बड़ी आपको कामयाबी पुत्र ने दिया?
सावन के महीने में क्या हो तो पिछले 6 साल से लगा हुआ था, इसी की तैयारी में लगा हुआ था। हम लोग तो पिछले 6 साल से देख रहे हैं उसको। हाँ,
मंगलवार का दिन भी है।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, हनुमान जी की कृपा है, शंकर जी की कृपा है, सबकी कृपा है, जिसकी वजह से सेफ लैंडिंग
निकले हैं सुबह।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, वो हंसता वैसे ही रहता। आप जब कभी देखोगे हमेशा उसको मुस्कुराते हुए देखोगे, चाहे जितना, हमेशा।
Indeed, it was a blessed moment for India, a proud moment for the nation, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi also posted on X welcoming astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla's safe return to Earth, calling it a landmark and another milestone towards Indian human space flight mission, the Gaganyaan. And Shubhanshu Shukla's capsule successfully splashed down in the Pacific Ocean today. With the parachutes deployed flawlessly, the re-entry marked the end of a historic journey. Watch these visuals on your screen, viewers. And Shubhanshu Shukla, of course, was all smiles as he stepped out of the capsule, waving to the recovery crew and the camera. All right, and also have Shubhanshu Shukla's childhood friend Vishal Srivastava joining us on the broadcast. Thanks so much, Mr. Srivastava, once again on coming to Republic TV. And this moment is something that everybody is looking at with a full smile, and everybody is so proud. Your first thoughts when you witnessed this moment?
First of all, thank you, Rakshita, for having me. I think it's a historic moment. I can say that, this is something what we have, the thrill that we have experienced. I don't think so, at least in my lifetime, I'm ever going to experience this again. In fact, when we got to know that he's returning today, so obviously there was a lot of anxiety that was instilling. So I thought I'll keep my day busy and be busy with my all corporate meetings wherever required. But I couldn't hold myself watching the live splashdown. And trust me, when I spoke to you a few days back, I was saying that it's anxiety and feeling of, the pride that I'm feeling within. But today I can say that there is no space for anxiety. It is all over now. It's fantastic to see him back, especially seeing him smile as he keeps on smiling. You said you saw how Auntie said it exactly. So a great moment. I think personally, obviously, great to have him back. I'm very eager to see when I can meet him back whenever he's there. I know it will be, there are a lot of things that needs to be taken care by him, and before we could schedule any meeting. So I'm looking forward to that. But I think as a citizen of India, I can say that it's a very proud moment for us. Most of us would have heard the conversation that he had describing India. So while he was speaking, you could see the confidence in him. You could see the fearlessness in him. You could see the ambition in him. I could very confidently say that it was not only his ambition, his pride, or his fearlessness. It was the fearlessness, pride, and ambition of 140 crore plus Indians that he was carrying with him, the ambitions and their dreams. So yes, and I can't still get over from his statement that he made, that "Sare jahan se acha Hindustan hamara." So I think what was said about 41 years back is being said today, and I'm very sure this is going to be the case in future also.
Absolutely.
So he's embarking a history. The person with whom I studied is now becoming a question in himself in the history books. I'm sure a lot of the UPSC selections and different competitive exam selection will be based on his questions. Who was this first astronaut to go to ISS and what kind of experiments he conducted? So we are beaming with pride. Actually.
Yeah.
And on a personal front, yes, we are very relaxed that he's back, he's safe. What else could we have prayed for?
So how eager are you to meet him? What are you going to tell him when you meet him? And did you also manage to speak to his wife? How is she? Is she relieved? And how is his son doing? What's really next? You plan to meet him soon?
See, I've been in touch with his wife and been getting on and off, what things are going on. So we are able to share each other's anxiety. Sometimes I'm able to say that, okay, everything is fine. Things will go well. Sometimes she tells me the same thing. So I think that has been happening. She is definitely relieved. I'm sure she's relieved, although I've not been able to speak to her. But yes, we have been in touch. So lately, haven't spoken as of now. But it's I think completely, the relief that I am feeling, I can multiply it exponentially and tell that is what his wife would also be feeling. And with respect to meeting him, I'm sure there are a lot of protocols and processes in terms of once he's returned, he'll have to spend some time getting used to the gravity of Earth, right? And then there'll be a lot of discussions that he will have to. I'm sure there would be a lot of discussions that he'll have to, handle at both at US and then in India. So I would give him his space right now, and as soon as he's free, I'll coordinate and get to meet him. And can't explain how eager I am to meet him. It's been close to a year that we last met. So if I keep away the conversation that we have had in between,
yes,
we haven't really met in person for a very long time. And so I'm looking forward to meet him, very excited, and we're trying to plan for some grand welcoming in whatever form and format that we can.
Oh yes, the entire country is waiting to meet him and welcome him. And of course, on 17th of August, we expect him in New Delhi. That's what Union Minister Jitendra Singh has also said. But thank you so much, Vishal, for joining us. And of course, many congratulations for your friend as well. And he's, of course, India's space hero now. So we have a lot to talk about still how it affects India's space journey. So for that, I have senior scientist Dr. Srijan Pal Singh joining us, an author and also innovation policy expert joining us. Dr. Singh, welcome back to Trending once again. And this is, of course, a moment that everybody hasn't witnessed ever. An Indian astronaut on ISS and coming back from space. He was the pilot of this mission, and it was a safe, smooth, and a very smiling splashdown. From here on, because he's also chosen for the Gaganyaan. He's going to be the Gaganaut. So how do you think it's going to help us, and how does it, revolutionize India's space journey?
A very important day for India, and what was very interesting and noteworthy is the fact that all the astronauts walked out of the Dragon module on their own feet. So that's quite a courageous thing to do, especially if you've been outside in space for 18 days. This is the beginning, the heralding of a new era of India's space dreams and space aspirations. We now are going to compete with the world's best and foremost in manned space missions, which means that an entirely new dimension of technology is to be added in the Indian arsenal of space technologies. And this is a very important mission because now the mission commander, the mission pilot in this case, but I'm sure that in the Gaganyaan mission, he will be the mission commander, and I hope so, will have an experience of being in space. So that's a very valuable experience, number one. Number two, he will be well aware of what things can go right and wrong in space and how to tackle them. He spent in the company of some of the foremost and the most experienced astronauts from around the globe and learned from them. He's also now accustomed to how an international space station looks like and operates, which will be very useful in 2035 when we eventually build the Bharat Antariksh Station. So that run up to that 1 decade mission of India, he will be an important aspect and his knowledge would be important. And of course, all the experiments which he brings in, which is so valuable and so cherished property for not just space agencies of India, but agricultural universities, science colleges, and so on, which will find it noteworthy on understanding him and his findings. So all this is important. And most importantly, I think the way it all happened forward and the whole coverage and what is going to happen now when he comes back to India, it will motivate millions and millions of young children in India, both boys and girls, who are in school, to take up challenging missions of space and even other sectors, but be the very best in whatever you do. That is important aspiration of India. That's the new India. That's what he said when he went to space, and he said, Bharat bahar se mahatvakanshi dikhta hai. India looks ambitious from space.
Yes.
And that's the ambitious India we're talking about.
Right. Dr. Sujan Basing, thanks so much for joining us on Republic TV with your thoughts and your understanding of this latest development. Viewers, we shift our focus to the other trending story on the show tonight. So official, viewers, now it's official. Tesla has made its debut in Indian markets with its launch of the first showroom in Mumbai today. The American electric vehicle giant launched an experience center at the Bandra Kurla complex. This marks the beginning of Tesla's journey in the world's third largest car market, as the company looks to expand beyond its traditional strongholds and counter the slowing global sales. There was a lot of anticipation on the ground. The public is excited to welcome Tesla's first ever showroom in India's financial capital. There you have how people queued up to witness the first showroom and check out the car. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis too said that India will be one of the best markets for Tesla. Listen in to the Chief Minister.
At the very outset, I would like to welcome Tesla to India. I think this is not just inauguration of an experience center, but it is a statement that Tesla has arrived, a statement that Tesla has arrived in the right city, in the right state. That is the state of Maharashtra and the city of Mumbai, which is the entrepreneur capital of India, not just financial, commercial and entertainment capital, but also the entrepreneur capital of India. We are very happy that you are here, and I'm sure that the people of Mumbai and the people of India are going to love Tesla, and you will have one of your best market in India.
And it was a day after a thrilling end to the Lord's Test. The Indian cricket team met King Charles III at St. James Palace. In fact, we'll get you more on hot trends. So the team, there you have the visuals of that meeting. The team is currently in England for a 5-match test series, which the hosts currently lead 2-1 after winning the second test by 22 runs. And we have the visuals of the meeting between the team and the King. 5 social media influencers, including India's caught latent host Samay Raina, appeared before the Supreme Court in a case seeking action against them for ridiculing persons suffering from disabilities. Visuals on your screens. Heavy rain swept across the U.S. Northeast on Monday night, causing widespread flash flooding in New York and New Jersey. The deluge stranded vehicles, closed subway lines, and prompted New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy to declare a state of emergency. And an 11-year-old boy Now, 11-year-old boy Ryan Arkandika, he's from Indonesia's Riau province, has become an overnight sensation with his viral aura farming dance video. Performing on the bow of a speeding boat during the Paku Jalur traditional boat race, Ryan's stylish and rhythmic moves have captured the heart of millions worldwide. harrowing incident unfolded in Jodhpur when a wall collapsed during heavy rain, barely missing a man and damaging vehicles and his house gate. The dramatic moment was captured on camera. Thankfully, the man escaped unharmed, but the same cannot be said for the vehicles and gate that bore the brunt of the collapse. Drama unfolded on a SpiceJet flight to Mumbai when two female passengers got into a heated argument during the taxiing, even attempting to breach the cockpit. The cabin crew and co-passengers pleaded with them to calm down, but the situation escalated until the aircraft was stopped and the women were handed over to airport security.
You cannot stop a plane. Listen, he wants the ISF. Yeah, he wants the ISF. We want them. This is illegal what they're doing.
An Air Peace Boeing 737 flight from Lagos to Port Harcourt had a heart-stopping moment when it veered off the runway and into the grass. It landed while landing at Port Harcourt Airport on Sunday. Thankfully, all 127 passengers and crew on board were safe and no injuries reported. Airline has reassured the public of its commitment to maintain the highest safety standards. Incident, Air India passengers at Bhuj Airport in Gujarat were denied boarding despite having valid tickets. The reason? A last-minute aircraft change that left 13 travellers high and dry. But here's the kicker. Instead of flying, Air India offered to transport those affected by car to Ahmedabad and then fly them to Mumbai later in the day.
मुझे तो आगे जाने के मतलब मेरे बच्चे ये बच्चा है ना इसका अभी अपॉइंटमेंट था मुझे 1:30 बजे पहुंचना जरूरी है बराबर है अभी आप बोल तो मैडम पहले आपने क्या बोला अब कुछ नहीं होगा तो हम टिकट हमें तो आगे का रास्ता करना कि नहीं अब बोलते हो हमारे पास एक ही ऑप्शन है मतलब क्या है मैडम इसका जब 8 बजे मुझे ऑप्शन देना था कि आपका कुछ हो जाएगा खड़े रहिए मुझे तो आगे जाने के मतलब मेरे बच्चे ये बच्चा है ना इसका अभी अपॉइंटमेंट था मुझे 1:30 बजे पहुंचना जरूरी है बराबर है अभी आप बोल तो मैडम पहले आपने क्या बोला अब कुछ नहीं होगा तो हम टिकट हमें तो आगे का रास्ता करना कि नहीं अब बोलते हो हमारे पास एक ही ऑप्शन है मतलब क्या है मैडम इसका
And food lovers in India, viewers, saw themselves in a jiffy of panic as a viral claim was doing the rounds that the Indian government was set to introduce health warnings on popular snacks like samosas and jalebis, just like you see on secret packets. Now it turns out that it was a big fat lie. The government has fact-checked. It was nothing but a samosa scaremongering. Well, of course, the centre says it does not mean to target Indian street food. Foodies across the country, however, were left both amused and confused after this viral post had claimed that the government would soon mandate health warnings on beloved snacks like samosas and jalebis. The buzz quickly spread across social media as people said, no, samosas, jalebis do not need health warnings. Fake news too. And viewers, celebrations have erupted outside Shubhanshu Shukla's residence in Lucknow as he came back. Today, the splashdown happened and we see the family members of Shubhanshu Shukla all, of course, celebrating with dhol. You can see his friends, family and others connected with him dancing. And, of course, they have all the reasons to celebrate as Shubhanshu has made the entire country proud.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, mass comm, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड भी, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
MDH की देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का। MDH की देगी मिर्च।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
MDH।
We'll see another big smile coming out of the Dragon spacecraft in a moment.
And we've got our pilot, Shubhanshu Shukla, as our second crew member exiting the spacecraft. And some big smiles, as you said.
सब अच्छे से हो गया सब। ईश्वर साथ में है, ईश्वर नहीं उसको वहाँ पहुँचाया था, उसी की दुआओं से उसी के सब पहुँचाया था, उसी ने सब सुरक्षित लैंड कराया, सब कुछ वही है।
नहीं, ये उसकी सफल लैंडिंग के लिए हम ईश्वर को धन्यवाद करते हैं और देशवासियों का, समस्त देशवासियों का, और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी और सभी गणमान्य सदस्यों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं। उनको तहे दिल से जो है हम आभार प्रकट करते हैं कि उन्होंने हमारे बच्चे को आशीर्वाद दिया। उनकी दुआओं से, उनके आशीर्वाद से बच्चे का ये मिशन सफल हुआ और सकुशल मतलब पृथ्वी पर आ गया। और यही हमारी इच्छा थी कि मतलब बच्चा सकुशल हमारा जो है जब पृथ्वी पर वापस है।
राजनाथ सिंह जी से भी बात हुई,
हाँ, उन्होंने बच्चे को
as our second crew member exiting the spacecraft. And some big smiles, as you said.
India's space hero Shubhanshu Shukla returns to Earth with a wide smile.
He'll be moving out to Houston. He'll arrive there close to midnight by Indian time today. Then he'll be spending a week in discussions with Team ISRO. Then about 2 weeks having separate sessions with all the partners, the XGO, SpaceX, NASA. Maybe he'll be in Delhi by 17th of August.
Group Captain Shukla is expected to be in Delhi on 17th of August. Prime Minister congratulates Shukla, says he has inspired a billion dreams. Juvenile Justice Board rejects police plea in Pune Porsche hit and run case. Minor won't be tried as adult. Notice to Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand government over their orders to put nameplates on and QR codes in front of eateries. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar calls upon SCO to take uncompromising position on terror, says Pahalgam attack was deliberately conducted to divide.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड भी, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
They're all important. And we are now seeing great confirmations of the Dragon spacecraft making its return back to Earth right now.
And while we are in a blackout period, this is an excellent view, seeing Dragon from the ground as it's re-entering back into Earth's atmosphere. Now, that blackout period is expected to conclude at 2.
Commander Peggy Whitson confirming the spacecraft's altitude as it's making its descent into the Pacific Ocean just off the coast of San Diego in Southern California.
Yes, love that it's coming off the coast of my hometown.
600 meters.
600 meters.
And at 600 meters, we're just under a minute before that expected splashdown. Landing in water is a lot simpler and more reliable. Provides a little bit of margin against unlikely parachute issues. We did have to learn how to make Dragon waterproof as we are splashing down into the ocean. But
SpaceX copies 400 meters. Reminder to brace for splashdown.
कोई सीमा नहीं, excitement.
Pune Porsche accused to be tried as a juvenile.